right, we have some breaking news regarding the San Francisco 49ers and tight end Brock Wright. Today was the day that was the deadline for the Detroit Lions to match the offer sheet in which tight end Brock Wright had signed with the San Francisco 49ers, which was 3 years, $12 million, six of that million guaranteed. Well, we've got our answer. Pure Ian Rappaport. We just found out the Lions indeed matched the offer that the 49ers made to tight end Brock Wright, meaning Brock Wright will remain and stay a Lion. So, what does that mean for the San Francisco 49ers moving forward? What do we take away from the situation? Obviously, for a second there, I'll tell you my initial reaction when I saw that the 49ers offered him that contract. I was like, oh, maybe there is a chance that the Lions will look at that offer and be like, we already have Sam Laporta. We're not going to pay our tight end to that money. But when I was looking at it further, he signed an offer sheet. The original round tender in which he signed was about $3 million. So the deal bumped it up to $4 per year, and then with $6 million of that guaranteed over the 3-year span of the contract. And I was like, actually, that's not that far off, especially if they really like this young man, and clearly they do. I think this was a move when it first came across. I was excited for because I have been definitely pounding the table as someone saying that tight end two is a massive hole and need for the San Francisco 49ers. Cam Latu, Braden Willis, right now, as it currently stands, can't be trusted to play tight end two. Can they develop into the tight end two? Can we get into training camp and they make leaps and bounds? Sure, of course. But right now, as it stands, based on body of work of what they did last year, they can't be trusted. So losing Charlie Warner to the Falcons on a very similar deal put the 49ers clearly in a spot where they too believed that tight end two needed to be addressed. And so this is actually kind of, I think, a bit of an unfortunate situation for the San Francisco 49ers because now the entire NFL world knows that the 49ers want a tight end too and are in the market for a tight end too. And how does that look in the draft? Do teams try to jump the San Francisco 49ers in case there's maybe a tight end available in the second or third that teams could be targeting? Maybe the 49ers are targeting as well. So I don't love how this situation played out. I like the process. I thought the logic was sound. The player was good. So those things I do like. I like that the 49ers were aggressive in trying to get Brock Wright from an NFC opponent. Again, the 49ers just played the Lions in the NFC Championship game, and Brock Wright is a super underrated tight end too as an undrafted free agent out of Notre Dame. And just like that, he's gone. He ain't a Niner. I admittedly, I think, and my initial reaction got ahead of myself when I saw the offer sheet signed. I was like, oh, he's a Niner. The Lions aren't going to match. And I started, like I said, I started thinking about it. I was like, actually, I don't know. That's not enough probably to sway the Lions away. And here we are. It was not. And so now that puts the 49ers in a peculiar situation because what's plan A, B, C, D? What plan was it? Was this plan A? Was this plan B? Was this plan C? Now the 49ers find themselves trying to scramble to find another situation. And remember, Cameron Latu was medically redshirted last year, effectively. He definitely could have played, but he was put on IR at the beginning of the year, which means he was not able to return. The NFL has changed that rule where if you are put on IR prior to the beginning of the season, you can come off of it for 2 players. So they have adjusted that rule a little bit. But effectively, he was placed on IR and wasn't able to return. And to me, that is an indictment on what they saw in him, what they believed in him, why they drafted him in the 3rd round. And to me, that doesn't build a facade of trust in Cam Latu moving forward. Now, I have heard good things about Braden Willis, and Braden Willis does show a ton of potential. He showed potential in training camp. He was definitely the best rookie tight end in training camp last year. So Braden Willis definitely has some upside. Um, that's a guy that I definitely would like to keep around on the roster. Cameron Latu right now is a big question mark, and I felt like this signing was was proof of that, because if you felt confident in what you were getting with Cam Latu, you're not going out and paying a tight end $12 million, $6 million guaranteed when you just drafted a guy in the third round. So again, questions persist, I believe, with those, with Cam Latu specifically. And now the question remains, well, what are the 49ers going to do at tight end too? Now the whole NFL world knows that the 49ers are in the business to get a tight end too. Does this open up the door for a potential trade? Do the 49ers keep looking around the free agent market? Do guys like Robert Tonyan become a viable option? It's going to be interesting to see what the 49ers ultimately do here, but they miss out on the Brock Wright train, I guess you could say. So now we turn the page and find the next tight end too. We'll see how this butterfly effect impacts the 49ers moving forward. But the 49ers move forward without Brock Wright on the roster and clear questions behind George Kittle at tight end. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation playing out in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.